when that happens, we say, you have NAGA dosha. So is it because some snake cursed you? So that reptile can manifest itself because your energies begin to function in a certain way. Do what you want. You cannot diagnose what it is. The SARPA seva is done with the termite hill earth. This is a strange country. But there are people who are seriously affected by what's called a SARPA dosha. Knowing this, when you say SARPA dosha, usually it affects the skin. Today, modern medicine dismissed as rubbish, superstitious, but we can get you certain cases of skin ailment. Do what you want. You cannot diagnose what it is. For sure you cannot cure with your medicine, whatever kind of medicine you give. And it's not very rare, it's quite on in many ways. So, there are certain other aspects in nature which affects one's health and well-being. There is, in our body, the five elements on a subtler level have manifested themselves as pancha-pranas, or the five forms of basic energy in the system. One aspect of it is very directly and closely related to what we refer to as snake. To understand this, we have to see it this way. It is only in your mind that you think you are a separate piece of life. As far as this planet is concerned, you, the insect, the worm, the snake, the elephant, the buffalo and the tree and everything is same. It just throws itself out in many different ways and sucks it back. You have ideas about yourself. Similarly, ant has ideas about itself. But as far as the earth is concerned, it bursts out in the form of various types of lives and sucks it back when it's time. All your ideas, no matter what kind of ideas you have about yourself, when the Mother Earth decides to suck you back, where do your ideas go? You could have written a book, somebody else reads it and gets confused. But all of them, all kinds, have been sucked back, isn't it? Every kind. As far as the earth is concerned, you, the worm, the insect, the snake, the bird, the tree, it's all the same stuff. Nobody has gone anywhere else except here, isn't it? So, the energy is the same, the material is the same. You and the snake, you and the insect are made the same way. So nobody can claim it is all that you are something distinct life. So, because of certain reasons, it so happens that your Vyana Vayu or the Vyana Prana behaves in a certain way. So, your skin becomes like that of a reptile. So, when that happens, we say you have NAGA dosha. So, there are various ways to get rid of this. So, one way of understanding life is the chemistry of it. Another way of understanding life, the much subtler way of knowing life, is the energy of it. So when we say SARPA dosha, we are talking about the energy. It's become like that of a reptile. Do you know in your brain, there's a reptilian brain? You have about this size of your brain is that of a reptile. Within your brain, there is a brain which is about the size of something like a crocodile's brain. All this is not human brain, there's a reptilian brain inside. So that reptile can manifest itself because your energies begin to function in a certain way, and that can be relieved by doing certain things. Why in the Bhairavi temple we set up SARPA Seva, and the SARPA Seva is done with the termite hill earth. You know, we're using the termite hill earth, that is the Tutta, what do you call it? Tuttaman. So with that people are doing the SARPA Seva, so it can be relieved. It's a simple shift in your energy. So is it because some snake cursed you? That is just a dialectical way of looking at it. Is it a superstition that a snake cursed you? That's not the point. It is just a certain way of expression. Now I am talking the language of modern science in a different way. Now I am talking about this energy changing in a certain way, your reptilian brain and all this. In a way, it's a curse from the snake. When you get it, it's a curse, isn't it? When you have it, it is very much a curse, isn't it? So this is just a dialectical expression. It is not that some snake is sitting somewhere and cursing you, but there is an element of you which is very much a reptile. There is an element of you which is very much a fish. There's an element of you which is very much an animal, and they can play up. Nobody can deny, even modern science cannot deny that all these animals exist within you in some dormant form, isn't it? The evolutionary process is very much present in the body, and they can come alive for various reasons. It is a curse from the snake. Curse from the snake does not mean there is a snake sitting outside and cursing you. There is a snake sitting inside and cursing you. Dealt with in a certain way, because it is quite a common problem. That's the reason why we set up the SARPA Seva.
So, we all heard from Sadhguru as to how Naga dosha impacts one's life, and no matter what we do or eat, nothing can relieve us from that. We all clearly heard as to how we all creations are just the same energy. We are actually made up of the same material, whether it is the snake or the insect, all are made in the same way. So actually nobody can claim that they are something distinct life, because we all are made up of carbon, all of same stuff, made in same way. It's just evolution, otherwise we all are made of same stuff. Now to understand that how important Nagas are, we can look into it as, in our physiology, Naga is connected visceral aspects as to who we are. The cellular activity and the movement of the blood are related to Nagas. The Nagas represent that dimension which cannot be perceived by the senses, and that is why in Yogic tradition or in Yogic culture, the maximum attention was given to Naga, because where the five senses actually fail, there is where the work of Nagas actually begins. And so this is how powerful the Nagas are in our life. Well, if you want to know more about how Nagas are important and what role they play in our life and how to attain their grace, you can watch this video, and especially you should watch this before Naga Panchami so that you can be careful of it and conscious about it. Link I have given in description. Now moving forward to our topic, that is Naga dosha, we all know that there is no medicine that can heal it, but there are certain yogic processes that can actually take us out of it. This is known as SARPA Seva, which is specially designed by Sadhguru and which is very potent process within 112 serpents carved on Naga shrine that brings health and well-being to you and your family. Particularly, it is very much important for women. It helps with skin ailments and it alleviates mental health issues, and most importantly, it relieves you from Naga dosha and Kula dosha and supports those seeking mystical prowess. Now, this Sarpa Seva is very powerful, not for alone but also for our family members, also for our relationships. It strengthens the bonds between individuals without entanglement, and one can bring significant transformation in their relationship. And also, it is very much supportive for those who are seeking conception, better health, and stability. Now, Naga dosha have different impacts in different aspects of our life. So, this Sarpa Seva also is beneficial for those who are seeking to ward off hurdles which may actually be the result of Naga dosha. Now, one important question comes is that when to do this Sarpa Seva or Sarpant Seva? Actually, there is no better week than this, and actually, there is no better day than today or before Naga Panchami or on the day of Naga Panchami to make this offering when the nature is also very conducive. If you really wish to, link I have posted in description. You can just click on the link and know about the ritual details and further do the process. Now, Naga's grace is very much important for us. So, not only the one who wants to get rid of Naga dosha, but also the one who wants to get the grace of Nagas can perform various offerings by clicking on the link which I have given in the description. And now, at last, winding up, I would just say is that Naga Panchami is really very significant for those who want to penetrate and know life beyond their physicality and beyond their five senses. And this video actually talks about it in more detail. At last, closing down, hope you loved it and found it meaningful. And if yes, do not forget to give it a like, share and subscribe. And up to next, stay safe, healthy, happy and namaskaram.